Hi, this is James Shug at Westpac with our end-of-day report for the London market on Friday, April the 20th. Well, after yesterday's real negative sentiment on equity markets, we've seen a bit of a bounce today. No US economic data to report. However, some earnings reports there from the likes of GE and Microsoft beating analysts' expectations certainly have helped things along. On the European data front, we had the April IFO German business confidence survey. It posted a very slight rise, its sixth straight rise in a row. Basically there the current conditions index rose up a point, and the expectations index was flat. I mean, it's not a particularly strong looking survey in the context of where it's been, but the fact that it's managing to hold on to the gains that it's made since late last year was seen as a positive by markets. So the view being that Germany can weather the storm that's engulfing the rest of Europe. We had UK retail sales figures that were very strong, although the weather in March was very mild. In February we had snow, so there's an element of bounce, I think, in those figures, and probably also pull forward from April. As people bought their sort of summer clothing a bit earlier than normal. What that means is that next week's GDP figures for the first quarter will almost certainly not show a decline like we had recorded in the fourth quarter, but there'll be payback to the downside in the April figures and second quarter figures as that pull forward of retailing hits the data. But certainly today, at least, what data we did see in Europe had a positive bent. And that was about it, apart from the Canadian CPI, which fell back to just below the 2% target at 1.9%, mainly because of base effects. So we've got the IMF and G20 meetings in Washington this weekend. The IMF looks like it's going to get the 400+ billion of funding that it's been seeking, although that target's down from 600 billion. The G20 leaders in a draft communique that has been circulating have European risks as the number one problem on their things to discuss, although the view seems to be yet again that it's something that Europe really has to fix for itself. So that's really the news today. In terms of market movements, we've got about an hour before the close this is. The London market up 0.4%. Now, at the start of the session, ebbing and flowing between positive and negative. We're seeing a lot of contracts expiring, particularly in the futures market, and that can cause a bit of noise. But as I say, at the moment, up 0.4%. The French market also up 0.4%. The Germans doing better, 1.1% gain there, and 1.7% gain in Spain, and a 0.9% gain on the Italian market. And the Dow has pretty much reversed yesterday's losses. It's up 0.8%, back above 13,000 at 13,066. In commodity markets, getting some good gains there, with copper up 1.8%, oil up 1.6%, that's at $103.93 a barrel, and gold prices up 0.25% today too, $1,645 an ounce. The Aussie dollar's benefited from that, bit of risk on attitude today. The commodity price gains, it's at 1.038 against the US dollar. We've got nothing much more to report. Okay, so on that note, have a happy weekend, and I'll be back next week. There's the bloody button.